Hello. Hello, chat. Hello. Who is this cute streamer? Me. It's me. Hello, Airy. Drizzy. Hello. Capital hello. Hello. What is that cute emote? That is a nice emote. Also, thank you to Eunice for following. Following immediately when the stream starts. Audio is good. Are you sure? Are you sure it's good? Am I quiet? Or am I loud enough? I am speaking a little quiet. Good day? Why is it a good day? Did you have a good day? Anyway, look at my rating. Audio is good, but what about my mood? I think your mood is fine. I'll do my best to improve it for you. I had the worst day ever I've had in my entire life. Wait, really? Why? Are we washed? We might be a little washed, or we might be a little strategic. Um, so I'll talk about it a little bit more when more people arrive. But let's swap to branded and try to play some real games. My grandfather passed away. I'm really sorry to hear that. I hope you're okay. Hi, April. Hello, Zed Familia. April being washed is fine. At least we don't stink anymore. That's crazy. I never shower. You will not catch me showering. This hand is not good. Okay, that's okay. I don't think we care too much. We can play without that. Actually, it's not great, but we can play. Never shower. What was I gonna say? Is that Impulse? Or Ash? Probably Ash. Maybe Impulse. We could just make Sanctifier since we're under Lancia, so we can't go search Branded Fusion. I'm kinda down to do that. We're using Sanctifier again? Yes, I decided to put it in just because without Light and Darkness Dragon, there's not actually a very good plan for when you get Max Seed and Fluid. Like, if your opponent goes Maxi and Fua, you don't really want to do anything other than Sanctifier. Like, if it's just Fua, or just Maxi, I don't mind doing other things. But if it's both, I kind of want to just summon the once and then stop. So I put it in for that. Do I want this, or do I want Makuria? I feel like Makuria is the safer option. Good evening, cutie. Hello, Kaiser Despia. Thank you for the first time chat. Let's play the first game very, very safe. Let's get Makuria. Oh my god, Eri. Eri, thank you for the 5. The 5 subs. That's crazy. You're like my best gifter. My top gifter. Um, do we Makuria Dormouse here? We could. Could be a pretty good one. I kinda like that. I kinda like it. Because if I'm gonna use Eclipse, I want to have already used Sanctifier and Makuria because they're both dead otherwise. Thank you, Ari. That's really good. You're the best. We got one of those hype trains going as well. Also, thank you to it is Melagia Chris. Melagia. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry, but you got a sub from Ari, so thank you for following as well. Okay, we're getting March Hair, which means we must have another card in the hand that's relevant. Oh, I was kind of hoping it would be not that one, but sure. Um, I don't really want a Book of Moon in. We could go Sanctifier and put the Cartesia on the board, make Albion. One discard. Albion banishes, whatever to make Lubellion. We can banish this, actually. We can get, the Golden Sword Soul. Is that gonna work? Is that gonna work? Yeah, that is gonna work. So let's hope this is enough. Do we put the Lancia on the field or the Cartesia? Probably the Cartesia. What's up? How are you doing today? I'm doing okay, thanks. I am preparing for tomorrow. Oh, we're getting Magna murdered, so it doesn't really matter. That's unfortunate. I don't think we can win, no. Because what I'm gonna have to do is Eclipse now, right? But we don't have follow-up, and they draw too, even if they just pass. That's March Hare in the hand. Wait, what? Where's the March Hare? Oh, they used it. Wait, no, they added the Dormouse bag. I see what happened. Okay, I thought they added March Hare and then had another one. But they added the Dormouse, I see. Okay, that can kind of maybe play, but probably not through a hand trap. People still playing Toxic Kashtira? Yeah, I mean it's a pretty good shell for a stun deck, so you might as well play. It's gonna last a while, right? Like Kashtira is never gonna be bad just because it's a stun deck. You still running Verte? Yes. What did we replace for Sanctifier? Um, that is a good question. Mud Dragon is what we took out. They can't negate Albaz while we have Lost on? Yes, they can. No, they're not going to have Solemn Strikes or anything like that. The cards that are going to negate Albaz are Impalm and Malice in the Mirror, and they can still do that under Lost. Lost doesn't protect from non-engine, generally. It only protects from engine. You look very pretty today. Thank you. I look the same as always. But thank you anyway. That's a lie, is it, Eri? Is it really a lie? Yeah, see, we're getting impermed. Let's see if it works. Does Branded Loss save me? No. Cookie check. We currently have 74 quadrillion, sorry. 595 trillion cookies. I could make Verte, but it also just loses super hard again to another impound. You look like a digital drawing today. Thank you. I am in fact a digital drawing. I feel like we have to go for Verte, right? Because the Sanctifier does nothing next turn. They literally have the Bestial. We don't really have a choice but to do Verte. I'm gonna go Battle Phase first, just because I want to clear both monsters. Are you winning, Strimmer? Probably not. But it's fine. I would not mind losing. For reasons that I will explain shortly. Okay. Please don't be a second Impalm. It's not, okay. Well, this is important. The Mirror Jade is also not enough by itself, but we really need the Branded Lost to resolve. Almost out of bronze rank. You're playing Exodia versus Kashtira in bronze? That's interesting. We're getting Ashed on Lost, which is insane because that makes all the difference. We don't even need the Mirror Jade as much as we need the Lost, because I don't think a Rinbrum play plus like Rinbrum Mirror Jade Banish with Rinbrum and one discard doesn't really do it versus Malice. I really needed the second discard so I can make Lubellion. Why can they respond to Lost there? Because we made the Mirror Jade with Verte. Verte effect copies. It's not treated as an effect that fusion summons. Also, yeah, if they do this Druid Swarm like this, it's the same thing. Oh, they're not using it on Cartesia. Interesting. Maybe they don't have a play. Okay, it's maybe a bit doable then, because the Druid Swarm traded with any Rinbrum plays. And now we get a discard. It's maybe doable. Maybe. If they use the Druid Worm on Dormouse, instead of using it really effectively on Albaz with Rinbrum play, that must mean, assuming they're playing well, it must mean they don't have like another starter in the hand. So if I use Mirror Jade now and banish Dormouse, this could be really good for me. And I'm going to set Branded in red here. Fraudulent Fusion Verte Anaconda? Literally. It is the same with Fusion Duplication. Fusion Duplication doesn't create a Branded Loss window either. Okay, they probably drew that. And they're gonna go for GWC. What do we want to do? How do we want to play? I can make a second Mirror Jade. Let's flip it now, because they might be bad. They might chain the GWC. Oh, never mind. They just have Impulse. Okay, well, we lose. We do lose. Thank you to Akira for following, by the way. They were better. It's always the same. This is how branded goes. You have a very tight interaction that's interactive and intelligent, engine versus engine, but then if they just have the non-engine cards, it just throws it all out the window. That's always how it goes. They had that the whole time and they still let you Verte? Yeah, you can't use Imperm on Impulse on Verte either. You can't use that on Verte either. I'm learning a lot. At least you're learning. Lawyer game, yeah. Konami should uninvent the impulse cards for branded players specifically. I know, right? I literally know, right? I feel like impulse is like not even that good of a card in like Malice against other decks, but branded just gets destroyed by it, like for no reason. Hello, I see you are having a good time. I wouldn't say we're having a great time, but it's fine. Rated is in a tricky spot right now because it's early season, so it's really hard to climb just because most of the people that are playing Rated are better than the average Rated player at like the end of the season. Just because if somebody's gonna get to Master 1 so quick and put in the time to do that, they're probably a more try-hard player, right? Just naturally. So Rated is harder right now. Kind of a fake format with the pack tomorrow. Yes. There is also a pack in about 10 or so hours, I think. But yeah, our rating is very low, but it's fine. I would like to lower my rating because I think given that rating is like really inflated right now, or like deflated, like the skill set of the average 1500 right now is like way more than it is at the end of the season. My my test run for DC tomorrow. I'm doing a test run for DC. It's gonna be harder. It's not gonna be as representative. It's gonna be harder than DC right now. Are you going to try hard the Duelist Cup? Yes, I always do. And hello, Shin Asuka. Thank you for following. So, if anyone isn't in my Discord and they haven't seen my stream schedule, what I'm doing tomorrow is a 3-day test for the Duelist run, the Duelist Cup on unrated. Let me show you something that I have actually. I know branded really ain't an option as much as it usually is for the DC, especially in this format. Hopefully you can still see some success. I'm not gonna play branded. I hate to say it, but I'm not gonna be playing branded at all because it's not a very good deck for the Duelist Cup. I will probably be playing Malice. The new pack is for Malice? Yeah, it is. Can I ask how to make combo for the new Malice? So interestingly enough, I did write up some combos, put them on a little small sheet like I normally do for new stuff. The combos are not that easy now that I think about it. They're actually kind of difficult to know what to do. Mordred has a good video for the new combos. He does, yeah. There is one thing about Mordred's video that is very, very important, by the way. If anyone's seen it, I know not everyone will have, but if you have, you'll know what I'm talking about. Mordred's new one-card combo for Dormouse. I don't think you should go for that one-card combo with Dormouse unless you have like a cold buy or a cross out. Just because that combo loses to Ash, right? Like the Dormouse combo currently, before the Ignis support, plays really well through Ashe and Impa. I mean, Nibiru. It plays through Nibiru and Ashe really well. But if you go for Mordred's new combo, you actually just hard lose to Ashe. You don't lose to Nibiru, but you can hard lose to Ashe. So I don't think you should go for it over the old combo unless you have an out to Ashe. Save us from Malice Ignista? I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. We losing to Joey Kuzan in this household? What does that mean? Did we just play against him? Oh, we literally just did. Yeah, look at my match history, by the way. I'm playing on blind mode. My opponents are called Duelist, so I don't know who's who. But yeah, okay, that was Joey Kuzan. How to play around Lancia? Well, the new cards help with that. They kind of naturally beat it. You won versus white, so good job. Yeah. Is there a reason you play on Duelist mode? It's in preparation for my Duelist Cup test run, which is starting tomorrow in about 10 hours time. I'm just trying to let me find something to show you guys. I'm working on my OBS right now. If you have backup that's combo through Lancia, it is a combo through Lancia, yeah. So you don't want to know repeat duels? So you don't play different? Yeah, I don't want to know my opponent. I'm also going to put myself to, like, player with all the default accessories. That's the idea. I hope Ignista Monster, please don't be too much you are. I think they will probably be... There will probably be two Ultra Rares. I think it will be backup at Ignista will be an Ultra. And I think the extra deck monster, the Allied Kotoka, will be an Ultra Rare too. I mean, we know that one since they did announce it. Why have I got this on my screen, by the way? This doesn't make any sense. Why is that there? Why have I got this pop-up on my screen? Does anyone know? Like the Windows pop-up. I mean you know what I'm saying. Fuck. The chronograph pop-up. Why is that there? Someone get rid of it. What do I do? It's annoying me. It's not supposed to be there. That's not on the web page. I want to show the timer. I'm trying to show the timer, but there's a weird pop-up that isn't actually on the web page. Are you gonna play Branded in Malice format? I'm not. I'm gonna be playing probably Malice. In terms of like try-hard settings, like the Duelist Cups and my test runs for it, that's gonna be Malice. Click the X. It's not there, Drizzy. It's there. The pop-up is there on the stream, but it's not there on the web page. It's not there on the web page. It's only there on the stream. I don't understand. I don't know what to do. I don't get it. Let me delete this. Maybe screen or window capture. Is there like a Google Chrome capture instead of browser? Okay, this one will do. This one will do just nicely. Fine. This is what I wanted to show you. I have a timer set up. It's for 3 days because that's how long the Duelist Cup lasts. And we're gonna start this timer as soon as the pack comes out, pretty much as soon as I start my stream, and then I'm gonna pretend it's the Duelist Cup and play unrated. That's what we're gonna do tomorrow. But I will find a way to crop it so that it's not very obnoxious, of course. Anyway, let's carry on playing. And what I was going to say, by the way, is that since rated is harder than the Duelist Cup right now, at least at the start, I actually don't mind being very low rated, because then it would be more representative. Good going first hand? That is most branded hands, yeah. This is going to be a tough board to beat. I don't know if my hand can do it. My hand doesn't have that many pushes. We should be playing Lanitus? It wouldn't make a difference. I don't think that's a good card to play. It never mattered when Blue Eyes was like the best deck. It's a trap for the most part. Always has been. Really is full power Malice? Yeah, think of it on the bright side though. If you have full power Malice now, then that means you can hit it quicker and get rid of Malice quicker. I would rather that, to be honest. I would rather have one Duelist Cup where Malice is insane, if that means we get rid of it quicker. Any smart Blue Eyes player would just use Majesty the moment you summon set Albaz. That is true, but it's not even just that. It's also the fact that, like, you don't want to do that. You don't want to fusion deployment summon an Albaz, and then no effect. You don't want to normal set an Albaz. Even if you had Lanitus, you don't want to do that. It's like not a good use of resources. Whether or not they use the effect, like if they don't use the pop and you get to fuse away the board, maybe it's really good. But it still might not be good enough. Because let's say they have like a full board of dragons and then a drill beam, and you go set Albaz and they for some reason don't pop, and they just go Okay, you fuse away the board into Lanitus. You have a Lanitus, you have no normal summon, and you have to beat Drill Beam, which is live because they can use the True Light to revive Blue Eyes, and they can still use the Trap, revealing Blue Eyes in the graveyard. So you still have to then beat Drill Beam without a normal summon, and the Majesty Pot. It's not actually good. And if they do choose to like bounce or pop or whatever, then that's even worse, right? It's just not good. Yeah, so this board is really good. We kind of need a Super Poly. We want to have a chance. That is another branded fusion. That's not going to help. Oh, and Maxi. I mean, I could just top left right now, to be honest. Um, they clearly have Drill Beam set, and they don't have a Blue Eyes in the hand. But maybe they have another Primate card. On the off chance that they don't, I'm gonna try to resolve this now. Maybe? No, probably still not. We probably still need to go Clan first. And they Drill Beam it. Interesting. That must mean they have Ash. Not that it matters. We can resolve the branded fusion, and I doubt we still win. It's really hard to OTK here. Okay, no Ash. We can use the second one now. They might not have the trap since they didn't search it. What are the chances they don't have the trap? Oh no, they do have the trap. Okay. They do have the trap. I mean, this is still impossible. Still very, very impossible. This is another thing that people don't really talk about in the Blue Eyes matchup, is that this board, where you just have like the giant monsters in 4K defense, it's really hard to do anything about. Like, there aren't cards that do anything against that in branded. Kinda has to be this. There is no way. There's no way to win. I'm just not gonna try. I'm not gonna try. It's fine. We're almost intentionally losing right now. We are almost intentionally losing. I would like to start on 1400. I'm not trying to lose, but playing branded is borderline trying to lose. So I'm not like breaking TOS or anything. The pack comes out later? What do you mean by later? It comes out in about 10 hours, right? Unless I'm wrong. Crazy opener? It's okay. It's kind of what you need going second. Super Poly and Albaz. It's kind of what you need, yeah. This hand is going to come down to, I mean, this is the same story as always. This hand is lucky enough to beat their engine. But it's going to lose to their non-engine. So we just need to hope they don't have the right non-engine. We could maybe still win, though. Depends what they have. Between Ryzo, Hand Whip, and Ignis Malice, I'm really not looking forward to the pack release. I don't know if Ryzo Hand Loop is a thing. I feel like it's a gimmicky thing, just like a silly FTK version, but it doesn't strike me as the better version, if I'm honest. It doesn't strike me as the better version. What is this search? Bela? Lancia. Okay. Lancia is really good against my hand. If they Lancia in the draw phase, I'm pretty sure we just lose to it. It's not better, but it sure as hell is more annoying. Maybe. I don't know. I don't feel like you win against Ryziel anyway. When Ryziel combos, it's kind of an FTK. When you play Malice. Or the mirror match. Maybe not the mirror match. Like, there's only a few decks, Branded is one of them, but there's only a few decks that, like, think the Ryziel end board is easy to beat. Most decks still just fold to it. So I don't even know if it really matters. Okay, so it's plugin. Did they search hole? They did not search hole. That's a really bad draw. So it's Lancia, plugin, and some stuff. Maybe an Impalm? Maybe a cold buy. This was kind of a stupid move, actually. I should not have chained the Serenia. What if we draw evenly with Shrouded? We could draw evenly, yeah. That would be pretty good. But it's crazy. All they have to do is negate Sarnia with Cross, and they kind of win the game if they do that. And I don't really want to even search Shrouded, to be honest. I don't even want to search Shrouded, to be honest. I don't think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna search something else. Maybe Kit? I think I'm gonna search Kit. Oh, they negated Sarnia effect in the hand. They are they are really bad. They negated the banish of Lancia from the graveyard. That's what they negated. I think they probably thought they were negating the send effect. That's probably what they thought. Yeah, I mean this play is really bad. Like there's just no way to win. The Lancia in the draw phase just wins the game. You can't really do anything. Yeah, it makes sense that they chain now. Probably pop Mirror Jade. No, not popping Mirror Jade. Interesting. So do we go Sanctifier, Rindbrum, or Albion, is the question. I like Sanctifier and Albion because they get me a discard in the end phase. So I can summon Albaz. But I also like Rindbrum because it negates Detonator, which still has a material. We could force it with Mirror Jade, but then we don't keep the Mirror Jade on the board. And we lose to Impalm if that happens. Maybe it's Albion then. Yeah, it's Albion. We go Albion and oh wait, no. No, it's not gonna work. What do we do here? What do we do here? I feel like it's Sanctifier. It has to be Sanctifier. Are we under Lancia? Yeah, exactly. We're under Lancia, so the point of Albion or Sanctifier is to send Cartesia to the graveyard. Wait, what? What's going on here? Which one do we crash? It's this. It's Crash Mirror Jade. Yeah, Mirror Jade to revive with Sanctifier, but if you think about it, crashing Sanctifier and leaving Mirror Jade on the board achieves the same thing. I was just wondering what the difference is. So now we have two options. We can go Titanicla, try to fuse with this. That would lose to Imperm, so I'm actually just gonna pop, I think. Actually, let me use this first. And I'm gonna summon the Quam. I don't need to fuse because Albion can't activate the effect. So, there's no real point to do that. What do we want to send? I think it's Macrea that we want to send. Hi April, hello Madoka, hello. And we could do something right now. That would play around cross draw into Called by Maxi. It would play around X top deck. Yeah, I'm kind of down to do it that way. We target our Mirror Jade. And the card that we give them is Sarania, I think. Because it triggers. It is Called by. Really? It's Called by? Summon his Deado, pop the field spell? That sounds worse. That sounds worse than Mirror Jade. But it's Called by anyway, so... They targeted the Sarania, which is interesting. That's definitely the wrong card to target. You should target the Mirror Jade. Because this is a target for Quam. So... Why not remove this from the graveyard? Okay. Normal summon, crash, and pass. Thank you. From what I've seen this game, your opponent just hates Sarania. That is true. My opponent hates Sarania. Do you also play the TCG or only Master Duel? I only play Master Duel. My reasoning is not based on the format, like the card pool and ban list and stuff. It's just based on all the other logistical advantages and disadvantages. I don't like playing the TCG because it costs money, like a lot of money, like to own cards in a deck. It also costs regular amounts of like travel money and entry fee money and stuff like that, sleeve money, and I'm not interested in paying that. I'm also not the biggest fan of the social aspect. Like I'm not someone who needs other people to be physically around me. It actually makes me more uncomfortable. I'd rather just do it online. The most expensive paper in the world? Yeah. All to get an air fryer. Yeah, I mean, another thing about TCG that is a weakness, in my opinion, is that if you think about it, crazy going first hand, by the way. Absolute pure brick. Um, if you think about it, you can go you can go to an event for like 11 hours and play like 9 matches, which is awful. Imagine going to an event all day for 11 hours and like 2 hours travel time just to play like 9 matches. Do you know how many Master Duel games you could have played in that time? Paper is not good anymore. See the new rolling no more top 32 and top 16. Yeah, I saw that they made it top 8 only. The thing is though, okay, this hand is also this hand is really good. Very much the opposite of last hand. Lancia, do we care about Lancia? If I don't cold buy it, I can't cold buy anything anyway. But I do get to set the cold buy. Yeah, I'll talk about the new TCG time rules and stuff because I actually think there is not a lot. There's a lot to discuss about it, but it doesn't really matter to me because I don't play it. I kind of don't want to call by this. I kind of want to leave it. What would be the downside? No, I've decided I'm gonna call by it. I don't even have the option to play the TCG with a single box costing half my salary and the nearest card shop being 6 hours away. I mean, yeah, those are the kind of logistical differences that just Master Duel just annihilates the TCG on. That's not an issue for Master Duel at all. I feel like the only thing that Master Duel doesn't have on the TCG is like the existence of cards like Maxi and Appaloosa and Called by It too. Like it's literally just some card pool choices. That's the only thing that Master Duel has that that the TCG has over Master Duel, in my opinion. Every other advantage is just on Master Duel. We know they had something. Was it a Maxi or an Ash? See, here's a depressing example of power creep. I could play around Ash like 3 years ago. I could have played around Ash or like 2 years ago by getting branded in white. And then if my branded fusion gets ashed, I can still go Mirror Jade Pass. And Mirror Jade Pass would maybe be interesting. But every deck now is beating Mirror Jade Pass. So I can't even afford to play it that way. If I'm gonna play on Ash, I would probably have to go High Spirits. Which might be better anyway, now that I think about it. But we could also just play into the Ash and get branded lost. I think I'm gonna get High Spirits. Good game, bad format? Yeah. It's not even like one bad format though. Master Duel clearly likes its silly choices. Like Maxi and Appaloosa have been here forever. TTT? Yeah, I think Talents should be a banned card. Not even limited. It should just be a banned card. Am I really discarding Magnum here? No, probably discarding Albaz. Yeah, okay, that's the plan. We go banish you, banish you. TTT limit to 1 is okay? I don't think so. I don't think so. I strongly disagree with limiting cards that are strong enough to be banned just because they're like maybe okay at 1. I don't see the point in that. It's like spider spray that kills half the spiders that it sprays on. But because you don't care about, half the spiders, you can leave them alive. It's like, what's the point? You can go the extra mile and ban it. Forty card is like 2% to draw it, so what? It's not about the probability. It's about the existence of the card and how annoying it is when it happens. So why make it unlikely when you can make it impossible? You know, clearly you don't want it to exist that often because you're limiting it. Why not just ban it? Are we going high spirits now? Probably, right? Yeah, probably because I'm gonna search a draw card. It feels way worse to get max seed if it's at 1. This argument is so old, and I think it's really wrong. No, it doesn't. No, it does not feel bad to get max seed if max seed is at 1. Like, no, it does not feel any different. I don't know why people pretend that it does. It really feels no different at all. See? Yeah, do it in the main phase because we might draw a set card. If you have to ban talent and you also have to ban all the continuous trap floodgate, well, they're not really related at all. Both of them would be nice, but either of them in isolation would also be preferable to neither. I think there was a March here in my opponent's hand. Okay, we've been kaiju'd. And they're gonna Magnamod it in response to the effect? Why? Why are you Magnamod it in response to the effect? You're just letting me use my banishment. Why not chain to banishment? Are they trying to bait Cold Bite? But that would still be really bad because that would probably still be really bad, you know? Let's make Masquerade here. I'm gonna keep the Kaiju on the board in case they drew a second Kaiju. Royal Mask, let's go. Yeah, we've been using this Royal Mask to great effect. This has been the MVP recently. Hello, Chessy Cat. Chessy Cat's kind of annoying. Burning for 500? It actually burns for 600. Big difference. I'm probably just gonna negate Chessy Cat. Why are we running Kaijus for Malice? Probably because we have a lure and we want more targets for it. And it deals with Apo. I mean, it doesn't make sense, Phoebe. You're giving it too much credit. When are you... How many Malice opponents are you beating by watching them full combo and then Kaiju their Apo? I would wager you're beating none of them. We Eclipse? Do we Eclipse? Kaiju's for Detonator? Yeah, it makes more sense to be against Detonator. Because Detonator makes like the difference a lot of the time when you go second with Malice. I would like to use the Mirror Jade. I'm gonna use the Mirror Jade. And you know what? I'm gonna banish the Chessie Cat. Because if I just use the Eclipse, they could have chained the... You know what. So, this is fine like this. The MTP. When will the new pack come out? I think it's in about 10 hours. Might be 9 hours. Mirror Jade before Eclipse. Very important. Appa is way harder to play into than Crypto. Yes, but like, it's the non-engine. Non-engine beats you. That's how Malice wins its games. By drawing non-engine cards. You're still gonna lose. It is decent against Detonator, though. I don't like Book of Eclipse. If you don't finish opener, you just give him free draw. Using Eclipse going first, and then giving them a free draw, I don't feel like the free draw is that big of a deal. I don't think the draw is the downside of Eclipse at all. The biggest downside of Eclipse is it's not a hand trap, so it doesn't do anything against Malice. That's the reason it's not like the best non-engine. But against Ryziel, it's like the best one that you have. Okay, I would kind of like to get to 1400. I would like to go down to 1400. You don't play 60 card branded? It's not quite 60 card. It is currently 55. But we very often play 60 card branded. They're on 60 cards. And this is a mirror match by the looks of it. As long as you can make it to turn 3, it's not a problem if you make him draw. Depends on exactly on the situation. Generally no, but sometimes it is a problem. You need lots of follow-up. But if you just have like 1 or 2 lines, you can lose to your own Eclipse. Two Bestials in the mirror match? The Bestials are nice, but they do conflict with the Evenly. We'll have to see how things go. Okay. I mean, Sarania, they didn't search for Sarania. They searched for Magnemite. Which just doesn't do the combo. Like, they must have an extra extender. Otherwise, you would have not got Magnemite. You would have gotten Sarania. I kind of want to banish the Lubellion, but at the same time I kind of don't. I really want the Evenly to be live. This is really hard to tell. I think I'm going to use it. Is that your weird list with Daruma? No, this is not the list with Daruma. This is a more serious list. They're going for Verte, which is really sad. And they have Branded Lost in hand. That's insane. We just threw a Bestial into the trash. We just threw this Bestial in the trash. But also, they're kind of bad, right? They're kind of bad the way they played this. They should have searched Sarania, because then this combo was Branded Fusion full combo. And you don't play around Ash against like a 55 card deck. So, I think this was misplayed by them. It's still going to be a decent board though. Especially if they have back row. Again, for the day they release Verte in the TCG. Would it actually do anything? Like, Verte is borderline irrelevant in Master Duel. Would it really do anything in the TCG? Like, Branded is the best deck that uses it. Like, sometimes Memento plays it, but Memento doesn't make use of it very much. I feel like it wouldn't do anything. Does it do anything in Draco Tail? Okay, we're searching Golden Sword Soul, which is crazy. Please set 10,000 cards. No. Okay. Well, currently it's not looking good for us. You still got even the... It's not good enough. Evenly matched isn't far from good enough. So we know they have an attack negate, which works against evenly matched, ironically. I wonder if they would do that. I wonder if they would negate Saranir attack. I kind of do want to go battle phase. You can win this turn though? Well, I wouldn't say that that's likely. I wouldn't say that's likely. They're chaining the Mirror Jade rather than keeping it. Interesting. Okay, this back row must be branded in red or super poly, something really good. Okay, now, as long as it's not Maxi, this is playable. Could be duplication. Could be duplication. I don't want to get rid of the Sarnia because I really want this against the Rinbrum. So, do we just make Albion? No. Do we just make? I want to fuse the Tragedy. I kind of feel like it's Masquerade. I feel like we have to make Masquerade here, or just Grand Guignol. Masquerade would have been nice. Banishment? I don't think it's banishment, but it could be. So we know there's Mercuria and Golden Sword Soul. They didn't do anything now, so maybe it's not branded in red, because they would want to negate Alba, surely. We don't have Ash, do we? There's no way we play Ash in branded. Yeah, that's what I thought. Hmm. They're using a Sarnia. Interesting. They had a Sarnia the whole time, too. And they let it resolve. Interesting. That is kind of interesting. Because now there's a card on the board, we can just Sarnia a banishment target, branded in red target, or Rinbrum. Um, so that's pretty good. They also put a card on the board for Titanic Lad to fuse with. Um, I'm kind of feeling Mercuria right now. Yeah, Mercuria makes sense. Continue your main phase. No, I don't think I will continue my main phase. This isn't Uma Musume. I promise Rainbow one day. One day we will do it. When we have some free time. Okay, well now they're kind of in trouble. They're really forced to do something now. Yeah, it is Super Poly the whole time. Fair enough. Fair enough. What do they make, though? They have to fuse away the Albaz. Do they make Mirror Jade? Oh, they're a maniac. They're playing some sort of, yeah, they're playing this card. What a fucking maniac. Well, this doesn't do anything against branded, because this is an inherent negate, so I can go Chainlink 1 Quam, target Mirror Jade, Chainlink 2 Mirror Jade. They can't even negate with Makuria, because they made a non-Albaz fusion. So this was just bad, right? They should have made Mirror Jade instead, I think. Good evening. Hello, Arthur. We could activate this Mirror Jade and send Albion to set Banishment. And that would be pretty good. Do I really want to do that, though? I kind of do want to do that. Yeah, I kind of do want to do that. Yeah, I'm going to do that. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell what the right answer is, though. Um, is this the right answer, Banish, or is it this one? I feel like it's probably this one. Okay, using this is crazy. Using the Golden Sword Soul is kind of crazy, knowing that my Mirror Jade is ticking. It's just a wasted resource, right? What is even the purpose of playing that? It is to use Super Poly against Malice, yeah. That is the objective. We should use the Saranir. Wish me luck on my level 11 solo delve. I don't know what that means, but good luck, Abby, on your level 11 solo delve. Whatever that means. Wait, I'm no longer subbed? Are you not? That's crazy. Okay, normal summon Quam. Did they just search another Quam? They've gone for Shroud, Sark search Quam twice in this, in this, in this game. Do they just, like, not play Oliver? Sending Albaz. Okay, there's Kit. April likes soap. She has a whole Discord full of them. Hey. Not true. Okay, searching... Do they just not play, like, a second branded fusion? Do they just not know that it's at 2? Hello? Okay, we're gonna go Shrouded, send Retribution finally. I don't want to go Masquerade with my Banishment. I want to do something more impactful, so I'm gonna wait a little bit. It's crazy to chain the Retribution, by the way, before you see the draw. They could have quite literally drew the second Branded Fusion, but they chose to add back the Branded Fusion before they even knew. Okay, they made Chaos. Probably target my 2 back row. No, they targeted the Mirror Jade. Interesting. Oh no, they targeted Quam. Targeted Quam. I mean, that's kind of weird, right? If I go... Yeah, this works. We target Albaz, right? Or do we target Cartesia? I'm gonna target Cartesia. Okay, so we know everything now. That's Brandon red in the hand. We knew about this second Makuria actually too. Yeah, this should be fine. Let's get Albaz. Probably fuse with this. I guess I should have chained the Cartesia actually. Because I could fuse with the Cartesia. Yeah. Now it's not trivial. I thought they would be greedy and fuse Mirror Jade. There's no reason to fuse the Mirror Jade because it's dead. It doesn't have a effect right now. GG. Abby, you know what to do. Time limit win? Yeah. Crazy. Craziest 1400 branded mirror. It's crazy how branded mirrors do that. It's like, if both players take too long and you both get low on time, the quality of the game just goes into the abyss. And then it's just a time battle. It's me? Wait, it's you? I played against you? Okay. GG. Yeah. I'm sure you'll agree with me with what I'm saying here, that if both players ever use up too much time, the quality of the game just goes to oblivion, and then it becomes cinema. Because neither player is playing optimal. Yeah, I was timed out since turn 2. Um, Neither player's playing well, and it's just who can like survive or not OTK or OTK. It's like a crazy situation. Yeah, I'm sure if we looked at it, if we look back on it with hindsight, the game would look very bad, but in context of time, it is what it is. Thank you, Abby, by the way. Thank you for the prime. Thank you for staying true to your word. Sanctifier reviving Masquerade is a very bad misplay? Yes. You did pick one of the only monsters that can remove itself from the graveyard. Do we think Evenly wins the game versus Malice? Probably doesn't. Do you think Evenly is good right now? Not really. Not really. I don't think Branded in any iteration is good right now. Like, there's no way to build Branded that's good against Malice. Never thought that would be Evenly. Actually, you know what? I forgot because the game went so long. But the very start of that game, you kept Super Poly over Mirror Jade, which is a choice. I feel like I would have rather kept the Mirror Jade, but it was okay. I think it's 50-50 versus Malice. I don't know about 50-50. Because you just don't beat the board. He a noob? Why is he a noob? You can't do Apollo USA? I mean, the one card combo with Gold Sark, it definitely does go like this. Like, if you have a normal summon that you want to expend, you definitely play like this. If you don't want to normal summon something, then you go White Rabbit. But this way plays really well if you have the normal summon, because this does beat Nibiru right now. This is basically the same as the Dormouse one card combo. So this is all correct so far from Malice. They searched Mirror though, so I assume that means they already have the field spell. You should make Appaloosa, yeah. And then you activate the field spell. Okay, they're going SP, so they just don't have the field spell? Maybe they don't know what they're doing, but until this moment, this was fine. I'm still learning to manage my resources. Yeah, it was a good duel. it's probably a good learning experience. If you watched it, if you watched the replay without the pressure of time, you would probably see from both of us that there was much better lines that played through the known information on like most turns, past the first two. Yeah, bye Rainbow, have a good sleep or whatever you're going to do. I was hoping to get to 1400 today. I was hoping to drop to 1400 because I think that my practice DC tomorrow is going to be really rough because rated is so deflated right now. It's so the skill is so low. Like 1500 is such a high skill right now. Like it's not going to be very good if I just can't win. Is that your one different game too? What do you mean? What do you mean by that? Like my one game that was interesting? Okay, we are doing some creative lines right now. This is some very creative Malice lines. Yeah, I mean that the Branded Mirror was by far my most interesting game today. Malice is almost never interesting. What were you playing the DC Cup? For my practice ones and in the real ones, and anyone else's like practice duel room ones, I'm gonna play Malice. Unless something crazy changes, I'm gonna play Malice. I'm not playing Branded, it's not good enough. I'm gonna be playing Ignista Malice, most likely. What is this end board? Okay, it's not the end board. But how do we extend from here? Because MTP doesn't put a body on the board. So it's just going to draw one. Are we passing on just this? They also banished their GWC with their binder for some reason. Okay, this was a very strange turn. This one was very strange. And we drew a double evenly matched. Thank God new Malice support is going to come out in Master Duel. The game is saved. Unironically, though, it might be more fun to play Malice with the new support just because of how well the new support plays through Lancia. Like, it gives you a backup plan. It might actually be, like, more fun to play Malice. But obviously even worse to play against. Wow. Bye-bye White Binder. Okay, the problem with this is that if this is just called by, and they use it on the Lubellion, we're kind of fucked. But I don't think they would keep called by. Wonder if Tempai plays alright into upgraded Malice? I think it's the same as current Tempai. You can build it to counter Malice, but most of the anti-malice cards do nothing against other matchups. So it's kind of suspicious to do that. That's not the draw I wanted to see. Same list from Discord or trying something new? This is the same list from Discord right now, yeah. My most recent list is this one. But it's not like it's doing well or anything. We're well below 1500 and it does not beat Malice. It is not beating Malice. Yeah, let me just show the list real quick. I'll leave it here for a couple minutes while I go grab some more water, and then I'll be back in a sec. Is April cute? Poll ended 2 minutes ago. What were the results of this poll? I can't see the results. What did you guys vote for? I succeeded in my level 11 delve. Well done. Well done, Abby. Anyway, let's keep going. Let's try to go down and not up. I wonder who did that, yeah. Okay. Pretty good hand. Getting Peruliad. That's fine. I'm still gonna summon Alibra first. Do you have some tips for High Spirits target in case Binder banishes it? You mean going second, trying to break a Malice board? You use High Spirits and then at some point they bind to banish it? There's not really anything you can do about that. You kind of don't beat the Malice board. I don't think you should be trying to win versus Malice when they full combo when you break the board. I don't think you should be trying to do that. You kind of just gotta sacrifice the games where they combo. If you don't go first or you don't resolve Max C, it's kind of just doomed. Because even like evenly matched doesn't win you the game, which, you know, if evenly matched resolving doesn't win the game, not a lot will. So you pray for them to F up, basically. You can play it out for time. You can play it out for time. I feel like using High Spirits here is pretty good. Okay, never mind. Might have been correct to use High Spirits first there and draw a card. It's the main reason why Branded is just not very good right now. If there was no Malice, if it was literally tier 0 Ryziel, I feel like Branded would be a real deck, just because you can realistically beat full Ryziel boards. Just because. Like, you just can. But you can't beat Malice. And Malice being an impulse deck also just makes it not a free win when you go first either. So it's just like, it's hard to play Branded right now. Set pass. Crazy. Eclipse and evenly clears Ryziel? Yes, but also just Branded fusion, you know? Like, if you can resolve some engine, you can beat that deck. Especially because they don't have infinite follow-up. Do you genuinely enjoy playing Malice, or do you just like that it's strong? Oh, I should have played in the draw phase here, actually. I was distracted. I don't really know, Abby. It's kind of complicated for me because I play the game competitively. I don't enjoy it casually. I don't really enjoy the game from like pure gameplay with no competitive stakes perspective because I just never do it. I was always like this. Whenever somebody would ask for like a friendly game, I never say yes, and I still don't. Like, I'm not interested really. I just don't like the game casually. So it's kind of both. I like Malice because it's strong, but it is also just more fun to play competitively to me. But you do love playing Branded despite it being kind of bad right now? Yeah, exactly. Um, I do like playing Branded. I mean, Branded is exceptional because it's so different. It's such a different style of deck. That's crazy, by the way. I was prepared to cold buy an Ash, and it's just fucking Judgment. Um, Look at this. We have 5 cards in the hand to deal 4,000 damage, and we can't because they're just dead. Um, sure. What do they draw? What deck are they playing that set 1 Judgment and passed? What deck is that? But yeah, I do enjoy playing Branded. I will enjoy it less and less as it gets worse. Tier 2 and Tier 3 decks are more fun because competing feels like it's stacked against you. Maybe to some people, but not to me. That's not how I feel about it. I'm gonna send Albaz because reviving Albaz and then having Super Poly sounds pretty good. And yeah, you're right, Kyo and Drizzy. It definitely has to be Ryzeal. Just Monkey Ryzeal. Oh my fucking god, really? I guess what did I expect? What did I expect? I'm gonna call by the Maxi in case they have a second one for next turn. And pass, crazy. Yeah, I like competing with like the highest possible deck that I can because I actually want to try and win. I'm not just competing like for fun, like I want to play against stronger players because a lot of the time like I feel like I'm in a lot of contexts, I feel like I am decently strong enough to like have a realistic chance of doing like well, like winning things. So when I play tournaments, I do really want to win. It's not like I don't enjoy playing stacked against me odds. I'd rather just play optimal. Um, okay. Since they're on 4,000, I guess we just make Verte into Titanic Lad, and that would be lethal. Okay. Okay, I'm going in the wrong direction. I don't want to get to 1,500. I want to get to 1,400. What if I were to tell you the secret sauce? Go on, Abby. Tell me the secret sauce. Oh my god. This deck loses to evenly, right? This deck loses to evenly. It should do. My energy is out after playing against you. I'm sorry. That's what it's like playing Branded. You can't spam it. Otherwise, you just lose energy so quick. Dogmatica Nouvelle? Okay, Abby. I don't think I'll be topping the Duelist Cup with that one. Can't that deck rip your entire hand? I hope not. How does this deck rip your hand? What the fuck? Oh, with that rank 10 that, yeah, I know what you mean. There's a rank 10 that takes from your hand, right? Or am I wrong? I know there's a rank 9 that does it. Is there a rank 10 that does it? It's a rank 9? Okay. Will the new pack start a tier 0 format? I think so. Malice is already basically tier 0. The blue guy has a hand destruction effect. This guy. No? This guy. Banish your opponent's entire hand, and if you do, they draw the same number of cards. Wait a sec. So, hold on. If you play draw in this deck, because this is a quick effect, right? No, it's not. Okay. You can't do like the droll hand loop. I thought it was a quick effect, but it's not. They're playing a combo version of this deck, by the way. What is this? God Dragon Justicia. It's a very cute card, though. Centaurion. We're playing Centaurion Ryuge. Okay, Blazar's not very fun. Blazar beats evenly. I can force it with Eclipse, but they get to keep it. Like, it banishes still. Okay. What the heck is that deck? It's Centaurion. It's not even Centaurion. Now that I think about it. It's not even Centaurion. Because they didn't search anything with Auxilla. They're just playing it for a level 12. So that they can make Blazar. It's just a combo version of Ryuge. They messed up the combo? There's no way you've seen this combo before, Abby. This is not the standard way to play Ryuge, I'm sure. I am sure. Auxilla is to protect the back row, I guess? You know what? It does do that, yeah. Auxilla does do that. And these are floodgates, so that's actually really nasty. I like the Auxilla, because it does protect the floodgates. I'm gonna be so mad if they keep this back row and it's just Imperm or something. It's gonna be so annoying. Okay, they're keeping the back row. What is this? What does this do? Destroys a monster. Okay. Well, now the draw has to be good. Now the draw has to be good. That's so bad. Come on. I'm losing to Ryuge. I have to even lean them. Just because my engine was bad. I only need a crumb of follow-up. That's a crumb of follow-up. There we go. Oh yeah, I forgot I was gonna talk about the TCG new rules. Because I had a little bit to say about that. Ryuge is a little underrated, and then instead of being very bad, they are just a little bad. I kind of agree with you. I think Ryuge being a floodgate deck is inherently like potential. You know? Like floodgates are always potential. Malice. Sick. We have grass. Maybe we can break the board, maybe. Just maybe. But probably not. If it's a one card combo, we might be able to do something with Sarania. Ryuga would be more well received if it came out at a different time. I actually completely disagree. I think it would be very poorly received if it came out way earlier. Because that deck is toxic. It's a floodgate deck. And it's an annoying, like... It's an annoying deck. Like, there's mechanics in that deck that are cringe. So if it came out at a time, like 2 years ago or something, where it was, like, strong, I think it would have been hated. So I'm glad that it's not good. Okay, they do have more than a one-card combo. Isn't there an Albion line to floodgate Malice players? You mean special summoning like Chaos Hunter to your field, just like Gimmick Puppet? You can do that, yeah. But the problem isn't going first and comboing. If you get to combo going first, you're kind of okay. The issue is going second and going first into Impulse and getting stopped completely. So like the Chaos Hunter doesn't help. It's not like it's not like it matters. Is this the time to Sarania? Probably. That is pretty legit. That line to recycle Lancia is not actually that legit. Like, I get that you can do it, but it only really comes up, in my opinion, if you happen to have the Lancia anyway, and then the game goes long somehow. That's the only time it comes up. I don't think you really go out of your way to set it up, because going first, setting up that combo, not only is it really silly in a blind environment, like why would you set up that combo? You might just play against Riot Seal. But going first is fine. You can't do it going second. You can't do anything going second against the Malice board. Like you can't set up what you want to. So I don't think it is very legit. It's just a nice thing you can do. We're not playing Lancia in this deck right now. We should maybe try it. It's just for turn 1. Well, I feel like it's better to set up Chaos Hunter. Just because Chaos Hunter can be sent with Granguinol instead of only like branded fusion. Then you can actually search it. Oh my god, look at this board. What if we had an evenly matched? Instead we draw the Book of Eclipses. Come on. Come on. If these were the evenly matched, we'd probably win. Okay, what do we do instead? Do we just hit him with the grass? Probably just hit him with the grass. I don't want to run into Impalm, but the chances are really low. Where is the reset? In the middle. Okay, so let's just go grass. Okay, no trigger effects. Crazy. We milled Branded in red, which is unfortunate. Branded lost. Albaz. We did get Retribution. Quam is unfortunate. That is a lot of book. You must be smart. We're very smart. Thank you, Lucian. I guess I'll just send a Branded Fusion. It plays really hard into Impulse though. Okay, any Impulse. Any negates for branded fusion? No, really? No negates. Well, I kind of want to go Lubellion now. Yeah, Lubellion makes perfect sense. Then we send Tragedy. Wait, did I mill every target? I milled all 3 Alaba? Fuck, I didn't even notice. That's totally fine though, because the reset effect is actually like also good right now. We can negate Appaloosa. I'm almost certain we're getting Cold Bite though. Because no Impulse makes me think it must be a Cold Bite set. Okay, we're just getting Impermed. But Imperm's not so bad, because I can go Book of Eclipse here. Now they need the Cold Bite. April, hello Margaret. Welcome to the stream. We're doing a reading stream. We're reading books today. Okay, we're using Firewall. But how is Firewall gonna help? Bouncing Lubellion? Sure, I guess that prevents, I guess that prevents me from making Mirror Jade. Wah wah? How do you do that reading stuff? What do we bounce? Just Lubellion. Okay, so since we can't make Mirror Jade, what do we make? If I make Albion, we're just gonna get negated again. We're just gonna get negated again. So that's actually really big. That's like really big actually. I kinda need like Rinbrum. That's so big, what the fuck? How did they how did that work? Can we really afford to make Rinbrum? Maybe we have to. Wait, but no, the Gold Sock does nothing. Oh, thank you to Margaret. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you. Remember, it is September, so your subs are like 20, 30, 40% off. It might even be 50% off. I don't know. So like subbing is like not as bad this month. I can't do anything. My sock is dead. Because I drew this and we've used this. Reset, I don't have anything with tragedy. Yeah, I kind of just lose. I kind of just lose. I think it has to be like this. Wait. Wait, we can shuffle this back. What am I talking about? Go Titaniclad and hope they don't have Impum? What would that do? That would not help me in the slightest. Okay, sure. I will use an Alaba right now. Wait, Alaba's actually cracked. Because Alaba, like, forces this Appaloosa issue. Yeah, now we can do this. Okay. There's nothing good to set. It's a shame that we didn't mill anything good. Maybe they negate this. Let's go branded lost. Maybe they negate it. Okay, you kind of should negate that, right? You should probably have negated that. And now doing nothing? That's just weird. That's just very weird. Banishing that is also weird. Yeah. What do we have? We can use this, but that doesn't help. Yeah, it's game over. Whatever. Malice made a board. Can't win. Can't win. I prefer Verte line because many people just toggle off Impulse or Ash when I can play around it. I don't know about that. You can't go second into Malice. There's no reason to try and solve it. But going first, yeah, prioritizing Verte is pretty good. It does beat Impulse and Ash. Light Twin. Have I ever mentioned how much I despise Malice? Yes, you have. Yes, you have, Abby. Fiendsmith Live Twin. I wonder if we can beat this board. The hand is not bad. But what are they gonna have? They're gonna have a Desiree. Probably like... Okay, Sprite. Are we playing actual sprites or is this... Fiendsmith Live Twin Sprite would be a cool deck. If we summon a blue right now, that's gonna be so based. Oh, that's so based. Fiendsmith Live Twin Sprite. That's so based. It's gonna be a hard board to beat though. We kind of need like a super poly. That's one too many archetypes for my tastes. Really? I think those are the coolest decks. The ones that have like 3 different decks mashed together. I think that's like the perfect balance between like slop and then just like careful synergy. Like I always like decks that were combination of like 2 archetypes with like a third engine. They were really cool. 3 is perfect, but 4 is too much? Yeah, literally. 4 is slop, but 3 is like interesting. Snake Eyes is calling? Yes. The 50 engine slopathon. Like, one of my favorite decks back before Master Duel existed, when I was a TCG Andy, I would play Invoked, Dogmatica, Eldritch. I really liked playing Invoked, Dogmatica, Eldritch. That was really interesting to me. Also, speaking of Eldritch, fun fact, did you guys know that one of the first branded decks that was like actually played was Eldritch branded? That was one of the first decks that people played branded with. When branded fusion came out, they were like, let me play an Eldritch deck with 3 branded fusion. That was actually a real deck. Is that because of grass? No, it's just because they wanted to go set Eldritch cards and then activate branded fusion to summon a Mirror Jade. And that was like really good because it was like 5 years ago or something. Anyway, what is this board? We have Carrot, we have IP, we probably have Smasher, right? Did we search for Smasher? Wait, yeah, no, we searched Starter. And then we used it. Okay, so Carrot, negate, Desiree negate, IP, back row. It's not impossible. There's a bounce or something in the graveyard? Yeah, there is the IP mine thing. The meow mine. I think we start deployment. Hmm. It's kind of annoying. I can't force both of these. I can't force both of them. Maybe we can. No, we probably can't. Let me do this. Um, why are they letting everything go? Oh, they also play Super Poly, and they have it. What are you gonna make here? Mud Dragon? They are foaming at the mouth, waiting for Brafu? It does seem that way. Oh my god. Playing this. That is really funny. Um, which one do we kill? Sprite Elf? Or Kissy Kill? Probably Elf. It's resolving. Oh no, it's not. They're gonna Desiree. They're not gonna Desiree? They're not gonna Desiree. Are we for real right now? Okay. Well, I guess we make Mirror Jade. What else? What else would we make? Targeting Cartesia, which makes sense. This is so annoying. This is so annoying. Do we activate the Mirror Jade or do we activate the Branded Fusion? What do we think they're gonna mess up on the most? Like, they would have to go Chain Desiree instead of a Carrot for Branded Fusion to resolve. But if we activate this first, then they're obviously gonna Carrot because it's the only thing available. Do we even use this? I kind of don't want to use it. Let's use the Branded Fusion. Yeah, they did use the Carrot. Because they kind of get a plus by tributing the Kissy Kill. Well, thank you to Staz. Thank you for subscribing. You're the best. Yeah, thank you for subscribing for 5 months. That's a big number. Okay, they're gonna Desiree. I feel like that's a mistake. I feel like you let the Desiree get banished here. Because now the Mirror Jade is just live again. You don't have anything for the Titaniclad. Are we winning? I feel like we're breaking this board. I feel like we're winning now. Let's see. Let's see. They would have to draw like an Ash. Oh. Oh, they have this. Okay, never mind. Never mind. It makes sense now why they did this. Now it's still going to be hard to win. Imagine this draw is Ash. Eh. Yeah, I have to wait. I can't use it. That Meow Mine is crazy. This kind of clutched. Without this, I think they would have lost. Even with the Super Poly and the full board, I feel like without the Meow Mine, they would have lost. Starving without the new support. What do you mean by that? Live Twin? Oh. They don't appear to be starving right now. They appear to be winning. Would have been super funny if they activated the Desiree. Yeah, that would have been a misplay. That would have been a misplay. Does the Predapump do anything? Not against Branded. It is a solemn warning. You can negate a summon. So it's really good at negating like a Link summon. But that doesn't matter against Branded. So it does do something in other matchups, just not this one. I couldn't play Branded, I would be too stressed with the timer. Yeah, we had a really stressful game earlier. You should have seen the Branded Mirror we played earlier on the stream. Well, we were out of time for a lot of turns. It was very funny, very stressful. No, not red. Fuck. I completely forgot about the existence of red. You were too focused on yapping? I know. I'm a yapper. My streamer must yap. Yeah, the streamer has to yap. It's part of the job description. Now you can quick Albaz. We need a discard. So we need to hope that they don't kill me. And then we can do something. But it looks like we're going to have to use it as a blocker. Yeah, we have to use it as a blocker. The Twink does not add when special summon from graveyard? No, he does not. It would be nice if he did, though. That would be really, really cool. Okay, I feel like we're winning the game, by the way. Like, low-key, don't we just win the game now? Do you have a starter or something? No. Oh, wait. Lacrima? Like, hello. Don't we just win? Don't we just win? I guess we need a draw. We need a real draw. But, like, where's your follow-up? I guess it's Fiendsmith? That is a sick draw. That is such a good draw. Oh my god. Okay. Let's go to the main phase. Let's use the Sarania. Let's banish. I think Engraver. No, I think Requiem. Okay, probably should have used the High Spirits. Did not consider it. I thought that we only have one target left in the extra deck, the Albion, and we want to use that. I did not consider maybe we didn't want to use it. But if they have no hand traps, they should be enough. Was that something? Was that a hand trap? I think I'm going to play around an Ash. So I'm going to send Garura. Okay, that's how you play around Ash. You send Garura and you draw a Cold Bite. And then we can just add... I mean, we don't need to. We don't need to add the white anymore. Because we drew the Cold Bite. Let's just grab the... I was gonna grab the white, right? So I didn't need a draw or anything. So I just drew a card, but it doesn't matter because we drew this. You know what? This player plays Bell. This player actually plays Ghost Bell. So we could have still lost to a Bell then. This is still the Live Twins duel? Yes. This was the Live Twin duel. We somehow managed to win. What are we looking in? What are we looking for in the new box? Gem Knights, Heraldic Ryziel, Buffed Malice? You're looking for the new Malice cards. But other than that, personally, what I think is the coolest thing in the new pack, Regenesis. Nobody's talking about Regenesis. But I want to build Regenesis. That deck looks cool. The deck looks really fun. Gem Knights are funny? Yeah, Gem Knights are okay too. And no, Abby, we can't check deck lists in Rated. Nobody is talking about Regenesis. Yeah, I know, it's not very good. What do you mean, sure? Nobody is talking about Regenesis. And I get that it's not the best deck, but like... I think it's interesting. Oh, have you actually been theorizing it? I'm actually interested in what you and Akemi are saying for Regenesis. Because I want to build it. Cash Regenesis is a thing, yeah. Bestial Regenesis? That's a thing. You know I love Bestials. Genesis works with Millennium too, since Sangenjin and Doom Dragon both have 2500. Oh, that is so based. That is actually so based. Diabell and Kashtira? Yeah, I really want to cook with Regenesis. I think it might just be a stun deck when all the dust settles. It might just be like a Kashtira style stun deck. But it still looks fun. Sounds like prime slop material. Yeah, it is kind of sloppy. Oh, you know what? I didn't need to send the sword with Quam. I should have sent something else. Didn't really matter. It's okay though. Actually, maybe we just don't even discard it. No, we do. We do. And we add Albaz. This is where I should have sent the sword. I could have sent something else with the Quam. We're gonna have one Albaz. Let's just send an opening. Okay, so it's some kind of Tempai deck, probably. Um, yeah. I'll let Chicken Game stay. Maybe we fuse now so that they can't Widow Anchor the Cartesia? Is that a thing? I'm kind of down to do that. But at the same... No, no. At the same time, I want to use the Renbro first. If we Rinbrum Kagari, we can chain Cartesia to Widow Anchor. I don't like using disruptions on non-Tempai cards, but I think this is the best way to do it. We go Rinbrum. They might just let it go. No, they're not gonna let it go. Well, then I'm gonna do this. Okay, Slayer is annoying. Slayer is annoying. Are you actually against the Duelist? Yes. We are against the Duelist. Queen Slay. Yeah, literally Slayer. I'm doing this now because I want my Mercuria to be as live as possible. I could have also bestialed that, but that's not what I'm planning on doing. I want to negate, and then I want to bestial my Mercuria, so I can get, what do you call it? You know what? You know what I'm talking about. The Golden Turtle. If I use Quam, I would have to discard my Magnemite. So let's wait on the Quam. And should we make Mirror Jade again? Sure. The chicken game right now makes it so that a Pydra doesn't actually kill me. I think. Okay, that sounds like a good Mercuria, I think. I don't think a Pydra would have killed me on its own. Set is Retribution? Yep, the set is also Retribution. Oddly satisfying, putting everything to attack. Yeah, it is. It's very satisfying. I need to fix that quite a bit. Was that you, Miss Yuki? Was that you? Oh my god, it was. Okay. We're playing everybody that we know, and we don't realize it because we're on the anonymous mode. I didn't realize it was you. We played Joey Kuzan earlier, and we didn't know it was him. Any hopes for the post-Worlds ban list? Well, it's going to be post-December at this point. It's going September. It's going to be post-September DC. So surely it's just going to be Hush Hush Malice hits. Surely. By the way, I'm going to play this one last game, and then I want to briefly discuss those new time rules in the TCG, because I have my opinions on them. Even though I don't play the TCG, so I'm not that invested, I do have my opinion on them. This is a nice hand. Do we go Cartesia or Shrouded? It should be Shrouded. Probably Apoban, Maxi to 1, Alert to 1, and Dado to 2. I mean, that's... There's so many things wrong with that as a prediction. But I'm just gonna say no, it's not gonna be that. Let's send Branded Sword. Okay, that's not what I really wanted to draw, but that's fine. Rabina to 1, Solemn to 3. That would be crazy. You gotta make a ban list no one expects. Yeah. Maxi to 3. Oh my god, imagine. Imagine if after Malice format, they just go, yeah, we're putting Maxi to 3, no Malice hit. I can see Rizal dodging for a month. Yeah, I think so. They're also under the radar, because of Malice. Even though they're like the second best deck. I think we do now. No, not Maxi. Anything but Maxi. What could be a good Malice hit? A realistic good Malice hit is like... I don't even know. I don't even know. Like Gold Sock back to 1, Allure to 1, and then maybe a direct hit. You know, like... Um... I don't even know. I don't even know. You could hit anything, really. It would just be like Dormouse to 2, Field Spell to 2. Crypta to 1. Yes, Crypta to 1. And Link Decoder ban, maybe. I don't like that hit, though. Is it just me? Am I the only one who thinks the Link Decoder ban is stupid? Like, why do we want that card banned? I get that it does some nice things for Malice, but like, that is not the problem. I think the Link Decoder ban is like... It's like trying really hard to be smart, in my opinion. Not the talents. Not the talents take control. Okay, let's see what they take control of. Quam. Okay, I'm fine with Quam. If they took Albaz, I wouldn't be able to Super Poly. What about Appaloosa? Well, yeah, we would all like Appaloosa to be banned as well. I feel like Decoder does kind of enable players to get around potential choke points. You are right. The way that Decoder lets you play around Ash on Red Ransom is really good. The way that it gets to Appaloosa super cleanly is really good. It is a good ban. It's just kind of like not. It doesn't feel right to me. Like you can just hit Malice cards, but I don't mind it being banned. I don't think I've heard anyone argue against Apo ban ever, unless someone wants to be a contrarian. Okay. Real quick, before I end the stream, what are you guys' thoughts on the new TCG time rules? Haas did? Really? That would be typical Haas, honestly. What do you think of those new time rules? Because I want to give my thoughts on them. Do you guys think they're good? Because like I guess not just the time rules, but like the whole rule change with how they changed Top Cut as well. I'm gonna go play Silk Song. Okay. Goodbye, Abby. No idea what that is. I just spam Infernoble. I haven't played them, but I've heard positive and negative. I don't even know what they are. That's crazy. The old rules were bad and the new rules are bad. Yeah, honestly, Margaret, that is it. That is, I think that's the conclusion that I'm gonna get at. But I feel like there's been so many strong opinions on both sides. Some people say that they're like a good change, and some people say that they're the worst change ever. Um, my opinion is that overall they're actually a good change. Who thinks I'm wrong about that? That they are a good change overall? If I'm trying to be objective and thinking for other people, I think they will be more beneficial. I personally feel like better players will occasionally get knocked out due to no fault of their own, but I don't think it will enable bad players to make top cut. Yeah, well, there's no reason why it would incentivize. I mean, there's no reason why it would encourage bad players to make top cut. There's no reason it makes it easier than before. So yeah, like if you want to talk about cutting off top cut to 8 instead of 16 or 32 or whatever, that just makes it harder to top realistically if you're a worse player. Like it makes it more reliable for better players to top. Am I wrong in thinking that? I feel like it makes it easier to prove that you can top 8. Wasn't even thinking about changes to top cut? Yeah. Well, in regards to the time rules then, there's just nothing relevant, right? Nothing makes a bad player more likely to win with the new rules. I think the biggest talking point was it was the idea that people would maliciously slow play out of spite in order to in order to what's the word? Like take your opponent down with you. Like that was the scare, right? When they were first revealed. I think people were scared that there would be people who are losing and they just decide to not concede and take the game to hostage and just like take a double loss because they're salty or whatever. It's like judges can be cold though. Yeah, but not really. This is always the thing with slow play is that a judge can only do something about the second slow play. your opponent can slow play once and get away with it because you can call the judge over. You're not going to call the judge over preemptively. You don't know if your opponent's gonna slow play. So they can get away with like one action taking way too long before you call the judge, and then they can just stop if they want to. They can just carry on playing normally. Like, there's nothing you can do about that. Like, I get that it helps in general to always call the judge because maybe they get like a record and then the judge can ban them later on. But like, it doesn't help you at all. Is it slow play to meaningfully progress the board state even if you can't win? And that's a good question, right? Is it fair to play out a game that's obviously losing if you have plays to make? I think overall, I would say that while I think it exists, that there will be players who spite troll, like out of spite. I know people say that this isn't really a thing, but these players definitely exist. Like some of you in chat would do this. Like there are plenty of emotions in Yu-Gi-Oh players. Like there are plenty of players who are gonna lose to like a floodgate or a top deck hand trap or whatever, or a brick, and then just like get mad at their opponent and then decide to not scoop and just spite lose the match and get a double match loss. I know that it affects your standings, right? It affects your standings because you want your opponents to do as well as possible so that you can do better on tiebreakers. But I don't think that's going to overcome people's emotions in some cases, you know? Especially early on in the tournament when you're not playing against people who have like a really high chance of topping because it's like round one or two and they have no idea. Surely they would just, like, some people would just say, fuck you, right? And not scoop. I do wish TCG had chess clocks at this point. Yeah, like a Master Duel timer. It's just not possible at all, so... Yeah, you can't set up a chess clock for TCG. To be fair though, right, here's my thought process. Because when I first saw the rules, I thought that they were the worst change ever. But I've kind of come around on them. Because, why not possible? You mean the chess clock? Because think about how a Master Duel timer ticks down, right? Priority passing back and forth. It's not one turn. You don't have your timer ticking down on your turn. It's whenever it's your chance to activate an effect, which happens on the opponent's turn and your turn over and over again. It's not like a chess turn. It's more like, every single action. And it's not just I activate an effect. Do you want to respond? It's on resolution. Do you have a quick effect? Or do I have a quick effect? And then it's open game state, and then it's next action. It's like, how do you actually do that? It's not realistic. Also, how do you navigate chess clock timers in resolution? What if you're resolving a chain link? Does the time tick down? And how should it tick down? If it's chain link 8, do we have to have the time ticking down while I'm searching my deck for a search? Then it ticks down, then we have to pass it to you while you resolve your revive from the graveyard, which might take 1 second. Then we have to switch it back over to me while I resolve my called by the grave or whatever. How does it work? It's not possible, in my opinion. It only works digitally, when there can be no ambiguity at all. But yeah, I've kind of come around on the rules because compared to the old rules, I do think there is a decrease in the number of players that would be um like maliciously slow playing. So like if you think about the previous rules, you can be incentivized from a competitive winning the game standpoint to slow play because you're going to win in time. So you can have a situation where one player really wants the game to go fast because it's their only way to win, and the other player really wants the game to go slow because it's their only way to win. So because both players stand to actually win the match, you can have genuinely honest players ending up conflicting there because of the end of match procedures. So you don't have to be like a bad actor at all to get involved in that. Whereas with the new rules, you have to actually be a bad actor. You have to choose that you want to take your opponent down with you. Like that has to be out of spite. That can't just be your competitive incentive. It has to be out of spite. So I think surely the number of people doing that must be lower with the new rules. That's what I thought about. Um and also there's a lot of gimmicky stuff that is no longer a thing. Like you can't have burn for game. You can't have certain decks arbitrarily having advantages because they pay or lose life points or gain life points. Or, they have a way to search scattershot or something. Like there's no arbitrary advantages and disadvantages from decks, and there's no siding in burn cards. So that gimmick is gone. I feel like locals don't really matter for time rules much though. I'm gonna wait and see if some regionals or something to see if it's bad. Yeah, I mean fair enough. You'll have to try it out in practice. Like I said, I'm not actually a TCG player, so I don't actually have experience. But I did play the old time rules because those old time rules are very old at this point. I did play with them a fair bit. Someone brings stun because they legit believe they will win. Opponent is angry and grieves time. Yeah, I mean that's realistic. I'm sure you all know people who are emotional enough to take their stun opponent down with them because they're mad that they have skill drain or whatever. Like it's real. I just don't think it's actually as much as the amount of people that would have had to slow play, not because they're malicious, but just because they want to win and that is their way to win. Whereas now it has to be actually out of spite to slow play instead of scooping, you know? Because there's no gain from your perspective. There's nothing to gain. It's only to punish your opponent. So the number of people doing it should go down. That being said, even though I think objectively, if you could like measure the fun and enjoyment and like frustrations and stuff and like measure everybody's experience, even though I think they're better currently than they used to be, I do think there is one thing that makes me not like it. The one thing that makes me still personally prefer the old time rules is just this insane situation where you could have a really good game one grind game that goes for 40 odd minutes. And then you can win that game fair and square. Both players can be loving the match. You can win that game. And then the match is just ruined because you're 1-0 up. You can't win. You can only get a double loss. You know? Because you don't have time to play out one or two more games. So your opponent's not going to take the loss unless they scoop game two, which they're probably not going to, you know? They're probably not going to. Maybe they will, but they're probably not going to. So, like, you can just lose because, like, you did absolutely nothing wrong. You had a crazy game that lasted 40 minutes, and then you just are forced to lose. The opponent can't win, and neither can you. Because they're going to be going first because they lost. So they're probably winning because they're comboing. They're not going to scoop up that kind of game. And even if you scoop it up, you still have to play out an entire game three, which your opponent has no obligation to scoop. So I feel like I just hate the situation where I go, 40 minutes, game one, win and then feel stressed that I'm gonna lose due to double game loss. That's the one situation that I don't think should exist, just on principle. What is good Yu-Gi-Oh? This is gonna continue to be in a question. Yeah, I mean it's different answers for different people. I know Yu-Gi-Oh is averse to draws, but I feel like they might be too averse to drawing. I don't think they're averse to draws. I mean, the way that the draw in the match feature worked, like the match system, that was forced in. Like in game, like individual game draws haven't been a thing forever because they don't print cards that do that very often. But the old time rules, they baked in the draw intentionally. So I don't think they're that averse to draws. Like they purposely said that we want the match to be a draw if it's equal life. And they didn't need to do that. Because it never used to be like that. Like the old time rules were not a draw. So they chose to make it a draw. There was problem in the last few rounds where there's often a lot of unintentional draws. You mean intentional draws? Yeah, I know what you mean. Also, thank you, Kid Art. Thank you for rating. Hello, Kid Art. Hello, Anna. Hello, Kid. And hello, Nicky Boy. Cookie check. Good question, Kid Art. We have 76 quadrillion, 289 trillion cookies. Phoebe might be here? What do you mean? Phoebe was really watching your stream instead of mine? That's crazy. Nicky Boy, what are your thoughts, by the way, now that you're here? We were just talking about the TCG time rules. What do you think of them? Are they good? Do you like them? The new ones? Good? Why do you think they're good? What's your take? The Nicky Boy exclusive, yeah. We're getting the exclusive scoop. What is your professional opinion? As a judge for regionals, the intentional draw thing was crazy stupid. Also, I think since it's a double loss, both players always have to maintain a proper pace. Yeah, so I agree with you. Um, so before, if you're leading 1-0, you can slow play and put a random time card before game 3, which is trash. Yeah, those are really good advantages of the new rules. I also was thinking about how I just mentioned to my stream about how in the past time rules, you can have a situation where one player wants the game to go fast and one wants it to go slow, but you can never have that now. You can only have both agreeing that it wants to go fast. You can't have one player that wants it to go slow while the other wants it to go fast. That's not a thing anymore. And I think that you have to be a actual bad actor to like slow play and intentionally stall a game for a double loss. Whereas in the past, you would be competitively incentivized to actually slow play sometimes. The player that's leading will never scoop a 1 to 99% losing game. He will make you kill him. Yeah. I like that it doesn't matter what your deck is now. There are no decks that arbitrarily have an advantage in time because they play like a burn card. Every deck had time cards. You say that, but that's not even true. Some decks did not. Some decks had reverse time cards, you know? Just some decks paid life points, which was just annoying for no reason. Thank you to Clec1 for following, by the way. It can be hard to prove malicious slow play. Yeah, it can. Um, you can't really punish someone for playing out a game that is losing because you can't prove that they know it's losing. You can't prove that they don't have a chance if you don't know all of their sets or all of their cards in hand. You know, you can't prove that they can't win. So you kind of just have to sit and watch it happen. Lacrima should not be banned. Yeah, that is true. Lacrima was banned for time reasons. So this can probably come back in the TCG. Scattershot, Cowboy, GWC, Agave Dragon, Dogwood, Borga. Yeah, I mean, there's loads. And all of those cards only existed to get time wins. And they don't exist anymore. I think time reasons are only a factor for Lacrima. Um, yeah, I mean, literally. The burn doesn't matter anymore, so Lacrima can come back. The burn ruined matches. Yeah. I don't think this new rule is perfect, but this scummy time playing was bullshit. Yeah. I think they're good. Overall, I agree with you. I think they ended up being a good thing. The only big downside I don't like, um, the only big downside is having to be in a situation where you play a really long grind game one, and then win it with 10 minutes left, and then you be really stressed that you're just gonna lose the game because your opponent isn't gonna scoop. I feel like that's the one situation that I can't get past. Because just on principle, that would ruin the experience for me. Imagine I'm going to my first event ever, and I win a really crazy game in half an hour or 44 minutes or whatever, and there's very few minutes left, and then suddenly they go, game over, you lose. Even though I haven't even lost a game. I'm still playing game 2. That would ruin the experience for me, like massively. Whereas the old time rules, as stupid as they were, I had kind of gotten used to them when I played the TCG. I kind of knew that they were a thing. You know, at least they didn't ruin the experience single-handedly. Hello Spink, by the way. Also, Rainbow, why are you using the word Spink? That's my nickname. Get your own nickname. For regionals YCS, I agree it was needed. Locals, it was not necessary. Potentially. I also think the 5 minutes extra is obviously nice. It's obviously nice as well. I don't see the point for the top cut change though. Personally, I don't see why they cut it down to top 8 only. I don't think the top 8 thing needed to happen. That just felt really like greedy from them in my opinion. Like really greedy to cut time off of an event, just cut off the top cut. I liked it better when it was top 16. Regardless of what like mathematical arguments and logical arguments, it was just more interesting to have top cut be a thing. It's just more interesting to have like top cut be like more matches, you know? Watching a YCS and seeing top 32, then top 16, then top 8, that was really fun. You know? Like it's just more interesting to see the knockout stage. Is this format good for first time TCG experience or should I stick to Master Duel? I wouldn't know. I don't play the TCG anymore. If you make day 2, you play top 16, top 32, and top 8 anyway. Yeah, but they're not streamed. It's not covered as part of. I mean, I guess it is. There's still a coverage feature match. I don't know. I just like it being top 16 or top 32. It's really nice. But I guess it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, anyway. You play those rounds anyway? Yeah. I'm not gonna play any more games. I'm gonna end the stream here because we're starting bright and early tomorrow for the Duelist Cup, the practice Duelist Cup. We're starting at 8 a.m. or something like that, maybe 9 a.m. Not sure. We're starting really early, so be there for that. I was ready for another 3 hours. Well, in the next few days, kid, you should come by because we're gonna be streaming an entire 72 hours practice Duelist Cup. It's gonna be really fun. Brandon is probably finding the TCG right now. I don't know. They say that all the time. They say that every single time, and it never is. It never is. So yeah. I know it's probably different sleep schedules for different people, so I'm sure it's different viewer base. But at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning for me, we're gonna be streaming. 72 hours, yeah. It's gonna be split. It's not gonna be straight, but if you were there for my Centurion climb in the Synchro Cup, it was basically straight. Because we streamed for like 24 hours in a row. Like 2 days in a row. 72 hours? Yeah, I'm doing a practice Duelist Cup on Rated. I'm gonna pretend it's the Duelist Cup and just play Rated. And then try and track my predicted equivalent points. Please don't die, we never die. Just like Branded. Anyway. Yeah, that'll do it. Let me find someone to raid. Remember to come by tomorrow and use your subs while it's September. Thanks for coming.